All right, so let's start off. Let's head to college hoops. It seems like Gonzaga is unbeatable. Do you, Michael, think Gonzaga loses before the NCAA tournament begins?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. I think it's just gonna be so hard for a team to beat Gonzaga, especially with, I'm not trying to dog on Gonzaga, but they play in a very weak conference. And yes, they had some tough games and they took care of them. Like they beat Iowa by 11 points when Iowa was ranked like fifth at the time. So they're a good team, but I just think that their conference, they don't have their conference isn't very good. And I just couldn't see them. There's even a chance that Gonzaga could go undefeated going all the way to the Final Four, really without having a tough game because they've had such an easy schedule. And because by the time they start playing tough teams, they're gonna be more fresh. So again, I don't the Gonzaga has a very good chance of making it at least to the Final Four, if not the championship game, and then finally having a tough one. Um, right now, who's your sleeper team to maybe make a run in the tournament, Michael?
I think any team in the Big Ten or Big 12 could probably be uh has a good chance just because the Big Ten and Big 12 are both so overrated that we overlook a lot of good teams there.
Yeah, and I'm kind of shocked how good the Big Ten, Big 12 are, and how weak the ACC is. Because normally it's the ACC and Big Ten, and then maybe Big 12. But the Big 12 and Big Ten have really stepped up this year, especially with Michigan, Illinois, and Iowa and Ohio State. I think they're all in the top 10, and I think the ACC has maybe one team in the top 10. That's Florida State. So it's just crazy how that works. And of course, Kansas and Baylor. That's going to be a fun matchup. Most likely they'll meet in the championship game. Speaking of Kansas and Baylor. Do you think, say Baylor ends up winning that conference, they beat Kansas in the Big 12 championship game. Do you think Kansas and Baylor both get a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament?
I think whoever wins the Big 12 championship is going to get the one seed.
Okay. So, do you have two or I think you were talking earlier and you said you thought probably 2 teams from the Big 10 will get in as number 1 seeds. Do you still believe that?
I think it's either going to be two Big 10 teams or two Big 12 teams.
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. You're an Iowa fan, so you've been really up to date with Big Ten basketball. Who do you like winning that conference this year?
Uh, I think Michigan would probably be my pick at least, but I could see Illinois or Iowa both
Yeah, I
possibly
mean,
winning.
yeah, it seems like Illinois came out of nowhere because I don't think Illinois was very good last year, were they?
Not that I remember, no.
No, it seems like they came out of nowhere. I know they used to be good back in the day, but that was a long time ago. I don't remember Illinois ever being good. So it's crazy how Illinois was able to take such a big leap to being so good. Iowa seems like they have the best player in college basketball. Do you think there's anybody close to Luka Garza?
No.
Now, you don't think guys like Cade Cunningham and Jalen Suggs and um, you don't think those guys are even close to Luka Garza?
Not even close.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because Luka Garza has been in Iowa for a while, but he's transformed himself into a very good big man, probably the best player in college. Well, not probably the best college basketball player in basketball. Do you think he has the same success in the NBA that he did in college?
Not necessarily. I think uh it's going to take a year or two for him to get used to it, and then I think he'll probably will have a solid couple of years, but I don't personally think he's going to be anything like superstar worthy or all-star worthy.
Yeah, I think his game is more for college level, and I think it's going to be hard for him to switch to the NBA. And there was even reports that he might not even get drafted, which I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen because he's probably going to win the Naismith and Wooden. And when's the last time a guy won both those awards and wasn't even selected? I mean, Jalen Brunson a few years ago for Villanova was selected in the second round by the Mavericks after being College Player of the Year. So I could definitely see that with Luka Garza. But yeah, I think I don't think there's anybody even close to Iowa's skilled big man. Got a few more questions before we switch gears again. Right now, who do you like as your championship, and who do you like winning?
For a championship, I think it's going to be probably Michigan and Gonzaga, and I think Gonzaga is probably going to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal Gonzaga from you, of course, because Gonzaga's Gonzaga, and I just can't see him losing right now. But I don't know if I like Michigan in the championship game. I thought I did, but I think I changed my mind. To be honest with you, I think Gonzaga, Michigan both make the Final Four, but I think Gonzaga makes that leap in the championship game. Right now, I'm gonna say they go ahead and beat Kansas just because I think Kansas will have a big run. I don't necessarily like Kansas, but I like the way they're built. And there's a very good chance that Kansas, even if they don't get a number one seed, could run the table and go all the way to the championship game. But again, I don't think they match up even close to Gonzaga. And Gonzaga wins by at least 10 points. Um, right now, what team? Well, actually, since the ACC is just not very good this year, do you think Duke makes it to the NCAA tournament this year?
I think they probably will, but they'll be like a really low seed, like just barely.
What about Kentucky? Because it seems like they have a less chance of making it. And I was even listening to Jay Billis from ESPN, and he said that Kentucky would have to win the SEC in order for them to even reach the NCAA tournament. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't think Kentucky's gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, to be honest with you, I might be a little biased here. I'm a Louisville fan, so that kind of gives me joy, to be honest with you, of not having Kentucky in the tournament. Well, we haven't seen that since what 2013 when they played in the NIT. That's gonna be really weird, especially if Duke doesn't make it, which there's a good chance that Duke is gonna make it. All right, let's get to our